She is also known as the EU Supergirl. And I would like to give a big welcome from Madeliena K.
Okay, so I feel like woefully underqualified to be speaking after this fantastic panel of knowledgeable experts, because I'm just a kid that normally runs around in a superhero outfit. And I haven't even managed to bring that tonight, so I'm letting you all down. But Dominic Reeves said earlier that what we need is a passion and a sense of humour in this campaign, so I'm hoping that's what I can bring. Now, I was asked to speak for 10 minutes, and I said, well, can I do a song? Because if I do a song, then I don't have to speak for half that time. So if nobody in the audience objects, I will finish with a song. So yeah, I mean, the main thing that I was asked to do was to give a rallying cry to the troops to get you out campaigning, because a lot of people are feeling helpless about Brexit. They're feeling, powerless to do anything. They feel like the politicians have it all in their control, and things have been implemented that they have no say over. But we don't agree with it. We're afraid of what it's going to do to our country and do to our, our lives and our children's futures and opportunities. And what I want to say is that, we can do something to stop Brexit. And if you care about it, it's your civic duty to go out and campaign. Because when you allow evil to happen, you're essentially accepting evil. And if you are apathetic, you are complicit in the ills that are being perpetrated against you. So we need to take action right now to stop Brexit, and we can do it. And you have to, and I say that with 100% conviction that we can stop Brexit, because we have to believe that we can stop it, or we won't. Because at the end of the day, politics is a power game, right? And power only exists with belief in that power. When people stop believing in the power, it no longer exists. So when people stop believing in Brexit, Brexit will cease to exist. It's not going to happen. So we have to change people's minds and make them stop believing in Brexit. And there's lots of people campaigning and doing great work to get across the message about why Brexit's so bad, and to bust all the myths, that were the lies that were sold in the referendum. And that's great, and we absolutely have to do that. But I passionately believe that we also have to make the positive case to remain in the European Union. We have had decades of Eurosceptic narrative, and that's what's put us in this situation in the first place. Because there's been nobody flying the EU flag and saying, look at all these benefits that it brings to our country, to our communities. Look at how it's putting funding into regions that are being deprived by Westminster. We need to start having these positive conversations and celebrating our European identities. And that's also important because we need to give the people that voted leave in the honest faith that it was going to bring benefits to their communities and to their lives. We need to give them hope. We need to give them hope that remaining in the European Union will benefit them. One of my qualms is that the Project Fear, which failed in the referendum campaign, is being continued without this positive case being put across. Yes, we need to get the facts out there, but we also need to have optimism and positivity and also a sense of fun, which is what I try and bring to the table. At the end of the day, what we need to do is we need to make remaining in the European Union seem more attractive than Brexit. And I don't think that's hard, because if you've got a choice between our fantastic EU superheroes that are campaigning against Brexit, or Nigel Farage and his bucket full of dead fish, right? What's the choice there, hey? So what can you do? It's all well and good me talking waffly, conceptual, inspirational stuff, but actually concrete actions that people, normal everyday people that have jobs and have to work and stuff can actually do to help. Well, the first thing is join your local group. So the local one here is Berkshire for Europe, right? So, find it out on social media, join the group, join their activities, help organise local events, street stalls, so that you can go out and talk to the Brexit voters in the streets and have these conversations. That's really important. Also, there's the People's Vote March on the 23rd of June. So turn up for that, get your family and your friends to come along. We need as many people as possible to turn up to that to try and get media coverage for it. Other things you can do are like write to your MPs, so ask. Well, exactly, doing that already. But the ask them to back the Lord's amendments to the withdrawal bill, right? But also talk about your personal lives, how Brexit's affecting you on a personal level, your industries, your professions. Get that personal message across to your MP. Other things you can do are leafleting, putting up posters, stickers, getting the EU flag visible. So I see a few people in the audience wearing EU flag stuff, paraphernalia. That's great, because what I've noticed is that it sparks conversations with people. I go into shops and the cashiers will say, like, "Oh, I love the bollocks to Brexit stickers on your bag." And then you start a conversation and you tell them about, well, you can come to this march, or, you can support our campaign by doing this. Social media, I think, is really important. Collectivists get a bad rap, I think. We have achieved huge things on social media in terms of coordinating events, organising things, sharing petitions, sharing content and information as it comes out, and also campaigns like, our hounding of the BBC to get them to actually properly cover our protests. So don't feel powerless. Don't despair. If we believe that we can change people's minds, we will. And we will be able to stop Brexit. And one thing everyone needs to remember is that we are not beaten until we give up. So this is a bit of fun to end the evening. This song's called The Brexit Dividend. It's about the lack of it. What's an infinitely stupid idea? It was one of the most ridiculous things that I ever thought I'd hear. Time, resources and energy, let's waste the lots trying to get something that's almost as good but not quite as good as we've already got. I've said it once and I will say it again. There is no Brexit dividend. When broken promises and rhetoric about have faith, this time we can still turn this around. I don't deny there's a problem, because it's quite plain to see. But your scapegoat is fooling no one. The problem is British inequality, caused by ruling elites with no compassion or humanity. The fault lies with Westminster, and that's the reality. I've said it once and I will say it again. There is no Brexit dividend. When broken promises and rhetoric about our faith, this time we can still turn this around. Power requires faith and for the people to believe. But now we know the truth, that the people have been deceived by lying politicians with far too much publicity. Thank the BBC for this Orwellian nightmare of false impartiality. I've said it once and I will say it again. There is no Brexit dividend. When broken promises and rhetoric about have faith, this time we can still turn this around. So have faith, fight on. We can do nothing wrong, no, but give in and give up before our time is up, because it's not over until it's over. And we will fight for what we know to be right, 'cause it's not over until it's over. and we will fight for what we know to be right.